Sure. So there's a small business owner that we've worked with in the past, and we're now on a retainer with her to update her documentation, update her processes as her business is now scaling. But she provides coaching to the financial services industry. So think about individuals who are doing financial planning, financial coaching. She helps them with all their marketing, all of their sales content, any of their social media posting. And as her client base was growing, she had a group of virtual assistants that she was working with. And she needed to have a playbook or an operating system that would allow her to scale those virtual assistants. She also would at times have virtual assistants that may come or go based upon her contract with the agency and the individual's availability.
Hey guys, and welcome to the Grow IT podcast. One of your hosts here, Trey King. And today we are very excited to have our guest, Melissa Gregory from Automation Bird Dog. And as you guys know, this podcast is where thought leaders come to talk about their niche expertise. So we'll be diving into her story a bit today, as well as what it is her company does. So make sure to stick around for this one. But without further ado, Melissa, thanks for hopping on.
Sure. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to talk with you and your audience today.
Likewise, looking forward to get to know you a bit better. Melissa, having said that, if you could kindly kick things off, and just give us a bit of introduction about yourself, and obviously just a bit of background as well.
Sure. So I started my automation journey over 20 years ago. I
Wow,
yeah, thanks. Hard to believe it's been that long, right?
that's awesome.
Um, but I went to school for engineering and I obtained a degree in industrial and manufacturing engineering. And I worked as a manufacturing and industrial engineer for about 9 to 10 years. And then the company I was working with at the time was looking for a technical resource that could help them in their sourcing and procurement area. And that's how I got into operations. I absolutely loved it. I started working with a major global manufacturer in custom electrical equipment and
Wow.
systems engineering by the name of ABB. Had a really, really rich career there, learned a lot about operations, a lot about servicing clients, and really how automation could make our operations run more effectively, more efficiently. And I really started to enjoy that. I was getting a little bit far away from my technical roots and background. So I didn't see myself becoming a general manager. So I decided I wanted to go more down a technical path again, which led me to get a postgraduate degree from Purdue University in digital transformation.
Oh
So,
yeah.
really getting to work together to bridge the gap between business and information systems or information technology to bring the business needs to those groups that might be implementing new platforms, new systems, so I did that. I went into a consulting space for a couple of years
Yeah.
and absolutely loved the smaller consulting space, but I really wanted to serve a very specific client base that was tackling a few problems that I had seen back from my operation days. So that's
Right.
what led me to form Automation Bird Dog.
That is excellent. Geez, you've got quite the track record, eh? Goodness. That's very, very fascinating. Tell me, mentioning to when you obviously started the business, what problems are like solved or desired outcomes does your product service offering deliver to your clients?
Yeah, so there's really primarily three different areas of focus that I work with my clients on. Traditionally, somebody will come to me if they are looking to scale their business. So
Right.
they may know that they need to hire additional people and they want to have an amazing onboarding experience, training the team in how their systems operate, how they perform certain tasks within their operation. It could be anywhere from finance, sales, supply chain. We run the gamut of analyzing those processes and then helping them document those processes. In other cases, business owners may want to scale, but they're not quite ready to do the talent investment yet. So we will look at what could be automated using what systems they already own or what
Yeah.
platforms they already own, and we try to leverage those to the greatest extent.
All right. That's very interesting. Actually, one of our clients on our side is I had the privilege of working with them, with their sales team, and with them was with these types of integrations as well. And obviously, I'm not the pro and things like that, but the what I've picked up is, interestingly enough, is that a lot of companies have these integration challenges when it comes to their different departments, and linking those departments. And it's like they've got a lot of them has got off the shelf like three or four systems that's running parallel, and they need to like log into so many different systems. I had Joseph on the other day, and man, he was so complaining about it. So I can fully understand why, and that's such a good way for you to tackle that. Being having that experience on the receiving end first, right? So tell me, can you tell me, there's a lot of value already that I see, but just out of your own words, what would you say, Melissa, is like the most significant value that your company brings to the table?
Yeah, so I think the way that we differentiate our services is we focus in a couple of different areas. And the first is what we call SID, which is cognitive information delivery. So
Yeah,
the way that we structure the information that we then share with the teams after we've either automated or analyzed their business process, we still use the traditional Lean Six Sigma methods for analyzing the process. We follow DMAIC process, but then when we have to talk to the team, so in your example of these teams that we're dealing with a bunch of different integrations, they're thinking, well, why do I have to do this? There has to be a better way. So what
mm,
we do is we provide the information in a way that we use several different modalities. So we'll use written content, we will use video content, but we ensure that we don't provide any cognitive information overload, because when there's an overload on our cognitive senses, when we're understanding what's happening around us, that reduces our retention of information and then causes frustration. So we
right.
work with an organization very scientific based and making sure that anything that we put together, regardless of the modality, always is, optimized for cognitive retention. The other aspect is we integrate what we call the uniquely human skills matrix. And what we
Yeah,
do is we talk to individuals about, you're going to automate this. And yes, a part of your job may change, but now you have an opportunity to actually utilize your uniquely human skills that an automation can't do or AI can't do. And we evaluate those skills and we present them in a couple of different ways. The matrix has one axis that talks about individualistic skills versus teamwork and service skills. And then we talk about, is the individual just in a surviving skill mode or are they in a thriving skill mode? So, what we like to do is not only educate the individuals on the changes that are coming through that SID framework, but then we also integrate aspects of the human skills matrix as well.
wow. If that's not value, then I don't know. That's excellent. That's truly excellent. Tell me, Melissa, can you provide me with like an example, like as a client that onboarded you guys, and you guys went in and made those changes. Obviously, you don't have to mention the company's name. I don't want to,
Sure.
get anybody in trouble. But if you don't mind, just to give like a tangible an example.
Sure. So there's a small business owner that we've worked with in the past, and we're now on a retainer with her to update her documentation, update her processes as her business is now scaling. But she provides coaching to the financial services industry. So think about individuals who are doing financial planning, financial coaching. She helps them with all their marketing, all of their sales content,
Yeah,
any of their social media posting. And as her client base was growing, she had a group of virtual assistants that she was working with. And she needed to have a playbook or an operating system that would allow her to scale those virtual assistants. She also would at times have virtual assistants that may come or go based upon her contract with the agency and the individual's availability. So she needed to have her information documented in such a way that it was easy to onboard somebody new. And then she also needed a very robust operations management system that would allow the individual to pick up where the other individual left off. So what we did with Automation Bird Dog is we came in, We assessed the business process. We understood what she was trying to accomplish. And then we gave her not only an operating system, but the documentation around that automating system that would allow her business to scale.
Oh wow. Tell me, and then if we can maybe step back a bit, looking at your own company, the road to success is not necessarily the easiest, right?
Yeah.
Always a couple of bumps in the road when it comes to growing your business. Can you maybe provide an example of where you've had a couple of challenges growing the business and what you did to overcome it?
Yeah, so when I first started the organization, I was thought I had a really, really clear, concise, ideal client profile, right? So I said, okay, I was very technical about it, having an engineering background. I very, very detailed on this is the revenue size, this is the number of employees, this is the market that they're operating in. And as I started to get out and network and started to talk to other individuals, I started to notice that there was a big need outside of the manufacturing space and actually with what we might call micro businesses. So those individuals that maybe have three, four people up towards about 25 to 50 people. And I never would have expected I would be working with somebody in the marketing space for financial planners, right?
Right.
However, when we started to look at it and we started to talk about it, it was really about empowerment and it was about making sure that her people and her business were successful. So where we could understand the process, get the people engaged, and then apply the technology appropriately didn't make a difference what space she was really in. It was that,
Yeah.
we enjoyed working together and that we were, successful. So I think that was, I had to let some of that original concept go and be comfortable outside of an area that I wasn't the expert in and that I was moving into more of a support role. And it's been fantastic. So I think my biggest piece of advice to people that are starting out is be open, think big, and be willing to make some adjustments to your preconceived notions.
Got it. Got it. Tell me what kind of trends are you currently picking up in the market? What ways are the winds blowing in your industry?
Yeah, so I think, everybody talks about AI, right? And
It's
everybody
the,
wants
it's
to
the
know how do
buzzword,
I
baby. The buzzword.
Yeah, it's the buzzword, right? So I think with the trends that I'm seeing is it's how do you make that accessible and realistic to individuals, especially in the small, medium, and micro businesses. And there are so many no code platforms that are out there. And I think everybody is trying to sell you their platform, right? You hop on to LinkedIn or X or Facebook or Instagram, and you're going to have all of these ads pop up for a variety of different platforms. And these
Yeah.
business owners can almost get overwhelmed. And you think about the number of subscriptions you pay. You might have this TV service, that TV service, Apple, Netflix. And, I've heard people say, well, I can't possibly afford another subscription. So what happens is a lot of individuals try to niche down and say, I'm only going to buy one or two of these platforms. Well, there's no one or two platforms that does everything really, really well. And most of them have AI integrated into the platform. So,
Yeah.
what I have encouraged people is to say, let's identify what your needs are. Let's get really good at utilizing the tools that you own and how to prompt the AI that's already existing in the tools that you own. And
Yes.
let's divorce ourselves from the thought that I can only have one platform. And that's where I really look for the partnership with the information systems or the internet information technology
Yeah.
individuals that these businesses are working with, right? Because I can go in, have the conversation with them to say, okay, you have your goals, you have your strategy on how you want to maintain infrastructure, how you want to maintain security. Many of these business owners are busy working in their business as well as their teams are working in the business. But at Automation Bird Dog, we have the experience where we can now be the business partner that works on the business with the IT team. So I've really found that very engaging is that now we can have a bit more of a bridge so that
Yeah.
business owner now doesn't have to be worrying about, well, how do I speak about this? How do I translate my requirements over to my team? They can work with us and we've got the experience in doing it and the passion to do it. So it works out really well that way.
Yeah, like you mentioned earlier as well, you guys are part of your value point is that these types of things that will be so technical and above, it's above my head, right? And it's, whereas you guys got a way to explain that and work with people that's not necessarily in it, but needs the functionality. And like you said, custom it in a way that they don't get what they don't want and they do get what they do need. So yeah, that makes good sense. Tell me, I was curious and I wanted to ask you earlier, where did Automation Bird Dog, the name of your company, because that is I've never in my life had something like that. Please tell me the story around this.
Sure. So, I have a bird dog. Her name is Bee. Bea is her name. She's an English Springer Spaniel,
Yeah.
and she's the second bird dog that my husband and I have owned, and we really enjoy upland game hunting. And in our first dog, Elwood, and now with Bee, I've always enjoyed watching the dog work. They will work that field and they will find that bird and they will hunt it down and they will bring it back with zeal and they wanna go do it again and again and again, and
Yeah.
so my logo that you see, that is actually a rendition of Bee. My brother is a graphic
Oh,
artist, and he took,
nice. That's
Bee's
that's
likeness.
excellent. Yeah,
Yep,
that's awesome. My word. Tell me, and then just lastly from my side, Melissa, where can the listeners get hold of you guys?
sure. So they can, all of our contact information is out on our website, which is Automation Bird Dog, all one word, automationbirddog.com. You can also find us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and X. We're available there, and all of our contact information is there. We're working on continually updating the sites with use cases, information. So we really believe that knowledge is power, and we want to share that knowledge
Yeah.
with everybody. So you'll never see us charging for any sort of guides, any sort of videos. We provide all of that content for free because we really believe that the more knowledge that we can share, the more we can empower those around us to use their
Mm.
uniquely human skills, the better off we're all going to be. So, I'd encourage people to come out, check us out, look for more content there every day. We're constantly updating it. So, yeah, that's where you find us.
Awesome. No, I'll definitely. I'm sure a lot of people are making notes right now. So, well, Melissa, I need to thank you for coming on, willing to share your knowledge. Thank you for telling us a bit more about your business. Very interesting. Can understand why you guys are, only growing from strength to strength. And I wish you all the best going forward. And thanks for hopping on. I hope I can get you back someday.
All right. Thank you very much.
Take
Take
care.
care.
Bye.
Bye.